money. I think she could have definitely made a couple $100,000 for sure. But after you're paying managers,
but there's a lot of endorsements, honey. A lot.
What endorsements? Tell me.
I mean, and they're big. Like I think Lay's potato chips, Bic, Razor, things that don't even have, like, I'm shaving my legs and it's a new attitude. And it ties it back to the scandal. There were some D-list endorsements.
Those she could be making money for, sure.
There were some endorsements where I was like, no, this is like Lay's potato chips. Like it was like a major brand name.
Okay, so that for sure. But like, what else? I mean, she was on the cover of a couple magazines, or one that I saw, Allure or something. That's $0. Okay, what else?
But by the way, I agree with you that I don't know why you're living together. I'm not saying she should get on, just saying I agree with you. Listen,
also, she opened this ridiculous sandwich shop. What is the sandwich shop?
Well, there you go. I have a picture in front of it. I walked there a few weeks ago with my friend.
What do you mean it's not open yet?
They're having, issues. It was supposed to be getting open now that the system is. By the way, I'm going to see Tom Sandoval in The Most Extras again in 2 nights. Don't worry about it. I'll report to these people what's happening there. We're gonna have a talk with Tom.
Why don't you try and get an exclusive interview with him and ask him why he still lives with his estranged girlfriend?
Trust me, I'm going with someone who's gonna ask for the interview. I don't like to ask things of people to their face.
It's so weird. Like if they're not speaking, how are they living together? It's all this fake news. Oh, they're not talking during filming, but you sleep in the same house. How do you walk through the kitchen? How do you share the bathroom? Like, I don't get it. This is so stupid. It seems really like fake to me, this whole thing. And it's going to blow up because people are going to be like, this is dumb. Why am I watching this? The only person that should have come back was Raquel, because she would have made it interesting. She would have spiced it up. Now it seems like everyone's turning to be on her side and be like, oh, well, she was taken advantage of by Bethany. Oh, well, that's crazy. If Tom taped her and didn't let her know. And even Lala is saying, oh, she's being taken advantage by Bethany. They're all covering their ass to make sure that people are not like, you were so verbally abusive. Because, when you're talking about being abused on set, I don't think Raquel was abused by the producers. She was abused by her castmates. I mean, that's what happened to her in her situation. I mean, that was crazy what happened to her in that reunion. My jaw dropped. And when I heard Bethany reading those words that people use towards her, it brought me to tears. That was hard to listen to. And people said that shit about me. I mean, it's horrible when people talk like that to you. She's lucky she was on a show and she could sue for it. I mean, I just had to take it from people in the media and in the public. But like, look, good for her if she could sue for it. Hope she does.
This is why, despite you getting me to speak on certain topics, that's why I personally, although you just got me to do it, don't believe in setting the record straight. That's just me, because the toxic minds of the trolls and the people, the judge, the jury, and the executioner, or whatever that sentence is made up. Like, there are people that have your story written for you, whatever. I just said, I don't pay Kim, Raquel is a scumbag, right? Whatever it is, you don't listen to the actual thing. And like people say to me, I'm a flip-flopper. I am a flip-flopper. That's called being present. 1 week I'm mad at Teresa on the TV. 1 week I'm mad at Melissa. Like, I don't have a team. So I don't believe in this team thing when I don't know the person. So, but
you should always be able to make decisions based on educated
people. Don't, though, when they hate Raquel.
So let me talk to your viewers for 1 second, because maybe we'll never be back here, or who knows. I just want to say,
everyone thinks Rachel's the new Kim. We love Rachel, but I mean, when Beverly Hills is on, we're not going to have Joyce Gerard on. When Miami,
all right,
we're not going to have Leah Black here every week. I mean, but people are writing the story here, but you're not. You're going to be back, honey. You're going to be back. The people love you. Go on.
But I want to say that it's very important to take note that I think it's important for people to clear their name and tell their story and have their own narrative, which is why I started my podcast, Misunderstood, for people that have been reduced to a single headline and are on a mission to change their narrative. I mean, it is horrible when the media, or when now there's no journalists anymore. It's like everyone on social media thinks they're a journalist and goes around, creating their opinion as fact, and it is really awful, and it's not okay anymore. We're not even looking to media with two sources to, you know, talk about what's real and what's not. People are just saying, well, I saw Teresa at the supermarket and therefore she's in a bad marriage and her husband's cheating on her. I mean, it's just crazy talk, you know? So I think that, you know, people need to realize that everyone should have the chance to narrate their own story. You should listen to it with an open mind. And, you know, you can change your mind based on what you hear, what new facts you hear. And people need to start being so empathetic. I mean, stop getting so triggered by your own life and being like, I hate this woman because she did this, this, and this. I mean, be an adult. I mean, come on, use your life experience to know, well, people do things because, you know, what's going on in their life, or you don't know what someone's been through. You don't know why they chose to do that. You don't know what a man said to a woman and make them go sleep with her. Who knows? I mean,
this is why
I feel like you should give everybody a chance.
I don't judge anybody. Yeah.
Well, yes, you do.
Well, I do, based on me wanting to spend time with you in my personal life, but
everybody judges. But I think before you really sit around and talk shit about people and be nasty and hurtful, you should really know, you know, what someone is going through, or what why they're capable of doing what they're capable of doing. I mean, you know, it's so upsetting to me that the world has gotten to a place where there's so much hatred and people just, you know, put so much dislike on social media. It's really toxic and dangerous. And to that happened to me, and it's not fair. So you know, that's why I created this podcast, to give people a second chance to tell their own story, because it is so devastating for their mental health and also for their reputation. You know,
well, and to that point of me not, you know, judging people, you know, I have said horrible things on this podcast. Look, and I'm not blaming anyone for, I mean, look, we're not supposed to say anything else about this because we already put it to bed, but this became, if I'm just, let me talk in general, this became, and I don't blame anyone. I don't believe in a victim mentality. I don't believe in, I was only paid enough money to pay my cleaning lady, but I stayed for 7 years. I don't believe in a victim mentality. You picked yourself up, Rachel, and you worked, and that's what I do. You win, everyone's a piss, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? You're going to stay with me and listen because I have my head down and the content is coming. That's how, but my point is this, and I allowed it, so I am not blaming anyone, to become a biased podcast. We can never speak poorly about Dolores and Frank. Well, everyone is coming for Frank this week because they caught him in a lie on the reunion stage. We're speaking about Frank. We will not speak about Frank. Okay. So my point is, this is
no, but you could speak about him, but
I wasn't allowed. I was told to shut up by this woman.
Oh, okay. By what woman?
My ex-person that would come here every week. But that's not the point.
Him?
Yeah, we had a bias. She would say, we can't talk about
okay, but then that's not okay. But what I think is a better way to say it is, okay, guys, let's remember no one knows this guy, but here's the facts that we have, and kind of laugh about it. Like, don't be so